Oh, welcome back. We spawned in a desert right next to a mangrove forest. Um, and before I put it in peaceful mode, there was a creeper loitering around in that area. I think that's okay. Like I said, I'm just looking for a nice, kind of comfortable, cozy experience. It is really cold in the house right now, so being here in the desert kind of makes me feel a little bit warmer. That's weird, right? So, staying on the map as much as I can. We do have looks like a village over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and check out the mangrove forest edge that I have access to here. I have not actually tried growing any mangrove trees. I don't know that actually there's something you can do. What is this? This is a mangrove propagule. Huh. It might be worth researching some of that, I guess. Um, So I got a dark oak saplings here. What's this weird? Don't know why that would be here. Uh, I did do my. I did go delving for a little bit of that's rooted soil. That's kind of nice. I guess that's what you require. I think that's what you require, right? Mangrove roots. Interesting. I guess I'll be reading up a little bit. But yeah, so I went diving for some iron. I got 10 pieces of iron, no coal whatsoever. Um, and that's okay, I suppose. Well, and for a penny and for a pound, that's not gonna really doesn't mean much here in the States. We don't use the British pound. Um, they do have a penny, also known as a pence, in the UK. I don't know. Do they still have pennies in the UK? We won't have them here in the States anymore. Uh, so I don't know if it'll make them more collectible. They're not really pure copper, so I don't know. Maybe a collectible as an artifact of an era. And we don't know. I mean, our next president could, go ahead and say, well, instead of minting them in copper, we'll still have the penny, but we're just going to mint it in a material that is worth a penny. And that's really the big hangup is that it costs something like 3 cents to actually make a penny. So there is this deficit there, all for the need for the exchange. I mean, does it take more than a dollar to make a dollar for that matter? With all the holographic threads and photoreactive papers that they use and the wiring and stuff that goes into a dollar bill. Like, come on, give me a break. I mean, it really is. I think it's just trying to get society comfortable with the idea of a cashless economy. Um, I mean, we're already experiencing dynamic pricing, which is because of all the. Oh, there's a pillager base right there too. This is gonna be fun. This is definitely a PvE world. Not really my vibe, honestly. Not what I was looking for, but still, uh, nicely well lit village. Got to give them credit for that much, at least. So yeah, I don't think I can grow a mangrove tree in this region here. But yeah, a village pretty close to the spawn. That's pretty nice. Let's go take a look and see if I can find the seed for you guys here. Uh, no, not at this end, huh? It has to be in the save quit menu. No problems. We could do that. Do that in a little bit. Just kind of looking for chests to see if there's anything that would be. I mean, they got jungle doors, so that's kind of neat. I don't recall a desert village having jungle doors. Ah, here we go. No, don't really care about the bread or anything. No, I don't need to worry about food or anything because I'm not going to be growing crops. because I'll be playing in peaceful mode. And there's no hunger in peaceful mode, so I probably will put it in normal mode during the evenings after I figure out whether or not I want to actually keep this world. Uh, I guess the emeralds would be kind of cool to trade for things, but it doesn't seem like it's really worth it. Yeah, I'm not connecting with this place. It's just so bland. I don't know. I grew up in the 80s and I worked through the 90s and 2000s, and that was at a time when office chic was basically beige. Uh, and just really not. I looked at this color for almost all of my retail, office, clerical career, and I mean, crap, dude. And maybe I think that's why when I worked in restaurants, I had more fun working in restaurants because the color was far more vibrant. But yeah, how's the cashless economy going to affect tips? You'll be able to track tips more now because everything will be on a debit card, so it'll all be right there. And when I say I don't know, it's because I do know. I have some opinions, but I do think it's kind of funny that here we are in Minecraft, the Copper Age, as it's called, and the United States is cycling out of copper. So really quiet. I don't know. I had the volume turned down on my TV because I was on a speaker call earlier, and I didn't want to be impolite. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Uh, yeah, wow, just a big old fat desert biome and badlands. Get some dithering over there on that side. I wonder if, well, actually, well, that's different. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That's a lot of what I really like to do. It's just kind of like watch the algorithm flip out and do weird shit. Like that is actually pretty neat. You got it's almost like something out of a post-catastrophic movie, post-catastrophe movie. I don't want to say post-apocalyptic because everybody says post-apocalyptic, but it's like, you know, the apocalypse is not, globally understood. It's kind of like a colloquialism, really, but honestly, it's like, you know, it's clumsy I think in terms of this of like defining a genre or a setting. Like Fallout, the nuclear war, post-nuclear war environment. That's kind of what that's what Fallout is, but we'll call it the post-apocalyptic. I don't know. I think it's a convention, and I think people are comfortable with it enough that it just keeps persisting. But I found it to be clumsy, a very inaccurate use of the term. Honestly, apocalyptic. I remember when that word actually had weight. We got one lone red mushroom up here, kids. Hey, the half fungus growing in a desert biome, or badlands biome, even for that matter, is pretty pretty startling. Yeah, apparently that's as you go up high enough on the badlands, you end up with a dry oak forest. I don't think I've ever experienced this outside of the Fallout mashup pack. Funny thing is that I used to play that a lot. In fact, I enjoyed Fallout more through Minecraft than I ever did actually in its actual game. I think Fallout 76 is a good game. It's fun as an MMO, but um, as a survival game goes, it's kind of like, eh, um, not really the style of survival game I like. I like heroic survival. I don't like, you know, struggling against endless hordes of zombies and mutant creeps kind of survival. That doesn't That's not really a survival game. Well, technically it is still a survival game, but it's survival horror, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. That's really what it comes down to is that I'm just burnt out on zombies. 4 decades of fucking around in both games and movies and books was, some plague horde sweeping across the globe. It's just, come on. Now, on the other hand, you know, uh, swaths of skeletons or, Evil Dead kind of stuff, I do get into that. I like that a lot because they're not zombies technically. They're the risen dead. They're the evil. They're possessed dead, possessed by evil. They're not just some carrion corpse animated by fungus or a virus or whatever, or driven insane to a state of near total decay kind of situation. Okay, well, we've got some. Yeah, this is a very beige world. Oh, man, I don't know about it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hang here, dudes. Um, but hey, I gave it the good explore. I gave it a pretty good explore. I know it could be one of those worlds where it's like just at the edge, just south of that one line I did there, we could end up having sprawls of villages. We're gonna find out. Do this real quick. Oh, cool! It's a desert temple. Sweet. Got some TNT going on. Yeah, there's a little bit of green right there. That's kind of nice. I mean, realistically, you travel far enough in any one direction, you're going to come across all kinds of different biomes. I mean, I'm sure I'd probably end up slamming straight into a snow biome. Um, but yeah, that's a nice little city. It's really nice, actually. It's not all broken up all over cliffs and everything. Got to give desert villages that much. And here comes our jungles, where they're exporting the jungle wood too. There's bamboo. That's nice. Well, so I think I'm going to wrap it here, and I don't know, maybe take a break from Minecraft for a little bit, or maybe I'll spawn one of the temples, one of the templates. Okay. All right, kids. Thanks for hopping by and hanging out. And this would have been my choice. That's actually pretty nice. So let's see. Well, based on the locale, this would actually be pretty cool. Uh, Probably, where's the bell? Uh, there we go. So I would probably, yeah, I'd move everything over here, expand off of this building here, and then kind of wrap it around. Probably use the garden as the center, and then just build like a little fort around this whole area. Um, we got a lava pool over here, which is starting fires. Super fun. So that's always a good thing. And it doesn't look like there's any real bad overhangs except for this area right here. So probably, yeah, yeah. Probably just just expand up, build around this, get everybody into a fort kind of situation. I don't know. It's pretty decent. But as you saw, we had to travel quite a distance. Anyway, till next time.